Hey yo, what's up YouTube? I just wanted to make a video about a certain subject that have been in the back of everybody's mind throughout their whole life. It's about racism, and I just like to say that I was fortunate to be raised in Fairfield, California, which is a very diverse area. A lot of different races, so I was fortunate enough to grow up with a Mexican family, a black family, a Filipino family, and all other different families, you know. We were next to Travis Air Force Base, so that brought in a lot of people from all over the world, all over the country, you know, all different races, backgrounds, everything. So we were fortunate enough to get a taste of everybody's culture. And I feel bad for a lot of people that like to hate other races just because of their skin color and not because of how they are as a person, how they act, how they present themselves. So I know in my own race I've seen prejudiced white people, but it seems like only white people can be prejudiced. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm sorry. I grew up when I was the minority, and it's a great thing and it's a bad thing. Great thing because I was able to fit in, I was able to be the minority and get along with everyone, enjoy their foods, company, different types of, some different cultures hang out differently, obviously. You know, so I love that part about it, but I hated the part of being white in a town where I was the minority, because now I'm being picked on because of my race. Now I'm having racial slurs like honky or peckerwood or white devil. You know, I had to hear all that stuff growing up, but it doesn't bug me. It doesn't make me hate another race because of that. See, I look past that because that's ignorance. See, they want us. I mean, when I say they, I mean government controllers, people in high ranks. You know, people want us to keep fighting one another, and I don't believe that racism should even exist. I mean, think about how stupid it is. You're fighting, you're hating somebody because of their skin color, or because you don't like the way their hair is, or because you don't like the way they dress, or their music, or whatever culture. You don't understand that there is exceptions to the rule on everything. And yes, there is some stereotypes do kind of go with one race, okay, or another race or another race. I mean, you have different races with different stereotypes, and some of them are true. But you know what? You can't say that, you can't label a whole race as being one way. That's ignorant, that's stupid, and anybody that thinks like that, I feel sorry for you, because I'm sorry, I've seen, I don't let like TV land tell me, hey, all Muslims are bad because of their religion, they're all terrorists. That's bullshit, okay? I just want to let you know that. I have friends that are all different religions. I'm Christian myself, but I more believe in a spiritual kind of God. I don't believe in a certain religion, like, oh, it has to be Allah, or it has to be God, or it has to be Jehovah, or it has to be this, it has to be that, it has to be Buddha. It doesn't matter to me. As long as you're trying to be a good person in life, that's all that matters. You shouldn't keep putting up all these discriminations against one another. If we keep fighting one another, we're never going to get to the real roots of the problem. All we're going to do is keep picking leaves off a tree instead of the actual roots, cutting them down and getting rid of the mess from the start. But we're not doing that. You know, and then when we got these things that come up on TV that now you feel like you got to back a certain race because this happened to somebody, you know, a black person or a white person, and now you got to feel like you got to back them up because you're that color. Or because you got to back a president because he's black, so now other black people feel like they got to back him up, and then they see him, Obama or whoever's in office, like they always do, all screw up, all lie to us, all say they're going to do something and don't. Guess what? I was the first one to say I would vote for Obama. Actually, I wouldn't say the first one, but I didn't know anything about really politics. I didn't know anything about this guy's history. I just voted for him because he's black. And I wanted a black president in there just to get it in there so now we can open up the door and keep it open to other, you know, races. It shouldn't be about that anyways. It should just be the best person that fills the hole. You know what I'm saying? The best person for the position. That's how it should be at every job. That's how it should be anywhere. But, you know, people like to back certain ones up just because they're race. You can't keep have that kind of mindset, because if you keep having that mindset, you're going to close your mind to other, how can I say it? You close your mind to other possibilities. And I've grown up, I've had different friends, so I've seen of different races, so I've seen what it's like on the other side. I've seen what the ghetto is like after dark. I've seen what the ghetto is like when the sun's up, and actually it's not like what the news says all the time. I mean, in some areas might be run down, but that's because that's how the government wants to keep people down. They want to keep them down, so then they can control a group of people. That's why welfare was really originally put in there, man, is to control people, and to know every aspect of your life. And see, my last girlfriend, she's black. She grew up in Fairfield, Suisun, in the East Bay, or North Bay, in California. And I grew up in Fairfield, so I didn't know her growing up, but I've known her for the past year. And, you know, we've been seeing each other for pretty much that whole year. She had a previous marriage with a white guy and had 4 beautiful kids, 3 daughters, 1 son. The son being the oldest, and then he just turned 14, and the youngest is Mariah, and she's just turned 4. So, and all of them love me to death, and I'm not even acting like I'm their dad or anything. I'm just, you know, around, just kicking it. And see, I've seen what those areas were like even before her. You know, like I said, I grew up in Fairfield. I was kind of had this street life when I was younger, being stupid and all, you know, not being grown, being an adolescent, teenager, young adult. But so I've seen that other side of the railroad tracks. I've seen that other side of the fence that a lot of white people don't see. And I'll tell you this right now, you know, there's a lot of loving and good people in all races. There's good and evil in everything. And you have to understand that. You got to truly believe that and know that, to have your eyes open to see it. Like, a lot of people just want to think that, oh, this type of people, they're all bad. You know, they're bad for society. They're bad for anything. You know what, man? If you're gonna say that, if you're gonna say, okay, let's say for instance, all black people are all ghetto, they all sell drugs, they're all gangbangers. We all know that's not true. We know that some of us have black bosses, male and female. Okay, and so that isn't true. Now, and then all white people are highly educated and never in trouble. That's bullshit, because I'm not highly educated. You know, I'm just high school graduate. I've had many jobs, you know, but, you know, I haven't had a great life. I had nothing handed down to me. I got everything. See, some people think that white people just get, you know, a silver spoon, and it's easy for them to get a job, and it's easy for them to keep a job, and it's easy for them to get things in life. Well, guess what? It's been hard every step of the way for me. So I just want to let you guys know that not all white people, and it's not because of how I dress, it's not because of how I act. I don't act all ghettofied or something like that, and that's the reason why. You know, people like to judge, but see, when you point at somebody, you got 3 coming back at you. And see, you need to understand, if you don't know this person's situation, just by looking at him doesn't say nothing. You don't know a book until you read it. Get what I'm saying? You can't tell a book by its cover. And you definitely can't tell, most of you don't even know the half of my life. But back off me and back onto the subject, I like to say that there's a lot of educated people of all different races, and I want to see one day when the world can sing Kumbaya and all hold hands and stop fighting one another. If we could actually have that happen, we can go to the next level. Because see, there is definitely people out there that want to keep us separated. Now, why do you think that is? You got to ask yourself that. Seriously. Get deeper into it than what I'm going to get into it. I don't need to talk about for a half hour how your government hates you and how they pretend to love you and care about you and don't think you as a number and think of you as trying to make a buck off you. I mean, look at all these commercials, man. You got commercials on your cell phones, on your video games, on your computer. You got pop-ups everywhere. Come on, man. They're just trying to sell us a product. All we're here to do is live and die and buy their products. And until then, yeah, buy their products and get them rich while they sit up on some hill or by some ocean while we all are their little peasants and we work for them, no matter what race. Okay, we're all equally into this together. We're all equally broke, okay? This middle class is not going to be anytime soon. In about another 5-10 years, there's not going to be a middle class, okay? And the only difference there isn't, there's rich and there's poor. The rich have always controlled the poor. And in every society, in every race, in every country, in every geographical site that you could think of, you know, you've always had people that have the haves and the have-nots. And it's always been like that since the beginning of time. And until you understand that, until you know about infiltration of groups and having to turn against one another, you will never truly understand how this world is really ran and how it works. But all I'm pleading to is, please find it in your heart to get past, you know, when you see me, you don't see me as some gangbanger, some skinhead. When you see some other person walking down the street, you don't judge them just by looks. You judge them by how they present themselves, how they speak, how they are to you. If you get good vibes from them, then most likely it means they're a good person. Unless they're, you know, real con artists and they're just trying to get in your pocket or get in your pants, okay? So all I can tell you is use your best judgment. That's the only way you're going to know if a person is truly good or not. It's not going to be because of their skin color, okay? This is the new millennium, okay? This is generation whatever now. We're way past Generation X. So, all I can say is everybody love one another. Stop fighting over nonsense. Stop fighting over religion. Stop fighting over political parties. You know, black or white, Mexican, Asian, you know, Indian, whatever. You know, stop putting stereotypes on people, and let's work together. Let's come together. You know, that's why Martin Luther King was originally killed. I mean, come on, let's be truthful here. He was bringing people of all races together. They didn't want that off them. Same thing with Gandhi, okay? He was bringing people together against the powers that be, okay? He was off. Malcolm X was able to run all day when he was saying kill Whitey, but as soon as he, you know, saw the light and wanted to retract a lot of the things he said and said, oh, well, they aren't the problem. These people are the problem. He was offed. Anytime truth comes out, people get offed. Because you know why? Because those people that have a lot of viewers, they can influence a lot of people. So they get killed. You know, Tupac, whoever. You know, you could say many of people that have tried to reach out to the public and tried to tell them things, and they've been demonized or killed. One of the two. So, and it's up to the people to look past the BS. To know truth from the fake. The true from the fake. Do you know if you're true or not? Do you know if you're fake or not? Okay, there's a lot of fake people out there. Okay, there's a lot of fake people that want to break you down. There's a lot of haters out there that want to see you fail. And it could be about it could be your skin color, it could be your religion, it could be your political beliefs, it could be a number of things. They just don't like you because you smell good at work. You know what I'm saying? Or because you took, because they're afraid you're going to take something from them when you're not even looking to take nothing from them. You got to understand, there's a lot of jealous people out there. And that's why we have so much hate in this country. We are spoiled in America. You know that? We are spoiled. And for it, people just now starting to stand up, it's only because, honestly, white folks are finally feeling this a little more. A higher percentage of white people are starting to feel the ripple effect of the economy going kaplunk. Okay? No one was saying nothing when the minorities were having a hard time. But now, because everybody else is having a hard time, now it's being talked about. Now people want to come together. But you know what? We got to come together more rapidly, more quickly, more efficiently. We cannot back down because we're afraid of what other people think about us. You cannot be like that. If you're always afraid of everything, if you're afraid of little insects, if you're afraid of, that's your own prerogative, whatever. But if you're afraid of every little thing out there, man, and if you're afraid of all these alerts on this TV saying, oh, nuclear this, nuclear that, another country, da-da-da, we're all gonna die. Guess what, man? That's how they keep us under control. It's by keeping us in fear. You got to look past that fear. You got to have heart. You got to look past that. You got to act like you don't even hear it, because they want you to panic. They want you to talk to your friends and be like in scare mode, so then you pass it on to them, and then now they're scared. Don't be like that. Be open to anything. Educate yourself more. Read books. You know what I'm saying? Watch documentaries. If to truly understand the world, you have to go out there and research. You can't take someone's opinion. You can't say, oh, I just saw it this way, or these people explained it this way, and that's how I feel. No, look both sides, both angles. You research both sides, and then you come with a conclusion. Don't have an opinion if, for one, you don't vote. Don't have an opinion. If you're not voting, you don't deserve to have an opinion, because you're not helping out the cause. Whether the votes get tampered with or not is another video. But what I'm trying to say is, speak your mind, but educate yourself before you speak. And don't judge someone else unless you know them. And it's easy to judge everybody in this world. But we need to look at ourselves before we can look further past that. You have to look at yourself. Are you a good person? Are you doing everything you need to do in life to make things better and to make things good around you for your family and friends? Are you doing enough? Don't keep pointing at other people saying what they need to do. It starts with you. It starts with me. It starts with us stopping the hate. Stopping the killing. I'm tired of killing. I'm tired of war. I'm tired of them saying, oh, Iran this and Syria this, and we need to go to Africa, and we need to go after this person. Let's stop killing people. Let's be real with ourselves. People are killing themselves or being killed over there in other countries, and we are the ones killing them. They're not killing themselves, okay? They're not killing their own women and kids. Maybe in some small cases they are, but mostly it's us. We're going over there and we're killing innocent kids and civilians and mothers, animals. You've seen the videos online. If you think I'm lying, just look them on YouTube. They're all over YouTube, okay? Like I said, there's good and bad. There's good soldiers, there's bad soldiers. There's good cops, there's bad cops. There's good politicians, there's bad politicians. There's good people, there's bad people. Every single category you could think of, there's good and bad. Just remember that. I don't want to be alone on this. You know, I want more people to think like me. Guess it's kind of selfish, but I really do want people to look more open-mindedly at things, at certain scenarios and situations. And put yourself, the best way to do that is to put yourself in their shoes. How would it be if you were living like them? How would it be if you're having a hard time getting a job because of whatever? How would it be if I was living in this type of area? You know, you need to humble yourself. And I'm a strong believer in God, like I said before. You can call your God whoever you want to be, or you could think that, you know, your scientific belief that whatever that may be. But all I'm trying to say is be true to you. Be true to others around you. Let's make the world a better place. I know that's a line somewhere in some movie or some Disney show or something. I don't know. But I'm just saying, love one another. Stop this hate. Let's come together. You know, let's have more functions together of all different races, all different nationalities, religions. Don't just hate. Just don't, you know, elude somebody because of something like that. Try to find out more about them. Try to learn more about them. If you're not, and some people are prejudiced because they fear what they don't understand. They fear what they don't know. But if once you know it, you're like, wow, that isn't so bad. It's not what I was always taught, or my family always said these people are like this, but they're actually pretty nice. You know, it just you got to find the right people in general. You have to look at people. Now I know it's easy to say that. You look at somebody, you know they're a different color than you. Okay, that's one of the first things we all notice when we visually see somebody. But that's because we want to be used to what we're used to, which is our own kind. But you don't have to be that way. The more you're around other races, like when I grew up in Fairfield, the more I'm comfortable about being. It's not nothing uncomfortable when I'm around people. When I'm around Mexican or black folks or Asians, it's all the same to me. I eat their food. I get to eat some other kind of food I've never had or I've had but haven't had in a while, because, you know, I don't normally eat like that because I don't cook because I'm a single guy. But you know, when I'm around that, I love good company, no matter what nationality it is. And you know, we got to stop being brainwashed, man. We got to stop being brainwashed. We got to stop thinking one-sided. We got to stop thinking that everybody's out to get us. We got to stop thinking, you know, what we have to do is, like I said, just get to know somebody you're not another race that you're not familiar with. Somebody at work, a coworker, somebody at your church, somebody, you know, just off the street that you met but it's hecka cool, you know. Get their number, hang out with them, play sports with them, whatever it is. Play video games, barbecue, cook, watch a movie, man, do whatever. And it's just gonna be like every day, man. And once you get used to them, they start finding out more about you. You start finding out more about them, and then you don't even see the race anymore. You don't even see the color, which all you do is see is a person. You know, a lot of people since the beginning of time have died because of their skin color, or have been scrutinized because of their skin color. It is one of the most ignorant things I have. You know, when you look at the world from afar, if you step away from yourself and you step away from your reality, and then you try to be in someone else's reality, someone else's life, that's the best way to do it, man. You can't always think just your life, you know, is what it is and there's nothing else that's different. It's just, you can't think like that. You always have to be open to anything. You have to be open to new doors, to open But I don't know how much longer I could talk about this subject. But all I'm trying to say is, just find it within yourself to try to love everybody. You know, old, young, you know, different races, different religions, different parties, Republican, Democrat, all that fake stuff. You know, you know, anything that's to separate us, man. Don't let it separate you. Be smarter than that. Be more keen. Be more cunning. You know, understand that all they are is one little stupid thing to separate us from each other. We don't need to be that way. You know, for us to evolve as people, going forth into, you know, as we grow older as a society, which I don't know how, you know, how long every civilization has killed itself off somehow or destroyed itself. Who's to say when our time is? We're not going to be like this forever. We're not going to be able to have everything, all of our resources, and think that everything's going to be grand for the rest of our lives. There's going to come a time that things are going to change. And, you know, when the time comes, you're going to know. If we're alive to see it, you're going to know. So, all I'm saying is, come together. Stop hating for various reasons. Stop hating on people. I'm sick of it. I'm sick of the haters. So many manipulative people out there. They need to stop manipulating. They need to work on themselves before they try to control other people. You shouldn't even try to control other people, but sometimes some people can't help it. But you need to work on yourself first. And find it within your heart to love everyone for who they are and not what they are. Okay? So anyways, I love you YouTube. You guys have a good day or night, whatever time you see this video. And let me know what's up on the comments. Like